Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Lisa. I speak all things spiritual, holistic, fashion, motivation, confidence, just helping you live your best life. And I wanted to talk today about how I am 2 years sober. It's March 2025. I actually quit drinking the month that my brother drowned due to drinking, July 2022. But I felt pressured on my 40th birthday in March 2023 to have a drink. So I had a drink. I got so sick. I'm done. I'm over it because alcohol is a scam. It's literally a scam. You've been sold a lie, and hook, line, sinker, this beautifully packaged, socially accepted, like highly addictive product that you've been sold that's very expensive. Like in Chicago where I live, one drink from what I used to drink, I loved tequila neat, top shelf, which would be like $42 a drink. Do you know what I could do saving, say I have 4 drinks a week, with that much money every year to go travel? Which is why when people look at me and they're like, how can you afford travel? I'm like, it's because I don't drink, duh. So I wanted to talk to you about, it's the one substance that's socially acceptable that is lowering your vibration. It's keeping you small. It's intentionally created and designed to make you not want to thrive. And it's toxic to your insides. It's harmful to your bank account. It causes you to do things that you regret and have remorse for. I mean, I'm still fun. Ask any of my friends. If you ask me anywhere in any place to dance and like lip sync, I would do it. I don't need alcohol. I never needed alcohol to be like a performer of sorts. I always had like confidence, but I will say quitting drinking the first year was quite uncomfortable. Because the hard truth, you're going to find out who your real friends are. You're going to find out who was just hanging out with you because you could drink together. I lost, I would say, 80% of my friend group when I quit drinking. Now, to do a little recap, I lost my mom in 2020 and I started drinking daily and developed pancreatitis, almost had pancreatic cancer, had H. pylori candida, and that forced me to quit drinking in 2021, but then I relapsed and started drinking again because I wanted to be fun, and I wasn't comfortable with self yet. So I'm not gonna lie to you, the first year for me was the most uncomfortable. The first year for me, quitting alcohol isn't about deprivation though. It's about freedom. It's about your freedom to choose. And it's very common for us to be like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? How are my friends are gonna respond? If they're your real friends, they're gonna understand. And what I do when I go to a bar now is I buy a bottle of water because I'm buying a drink, so the bartender can't give me a hard time, right? But since we were young, I remember, I mean, I'm the child of an alcoholic step-parent. Both parents remarried alcoholics. And so for me, alcohol, I visualize it as like this fun escape that like the adults would do, so I needed to do it. And I had my first drink probably when I was 10. I stole one of my stepdad's old Milwaukee's from the fridge because I needed to know what it was that he was so obsessed with that he drank every night and then was mean to me. Like I needed to know what it did to him. And I had like one swig and I was like, well, and I poured it down the sink and it smelled so bad and I was like disgusted. But then again at 14 when I ran away, I started drinking again and I forced it down. I threw up the first time I drank. Like there's just no add value. I don't even know why I need to tell you. Like it makes you sick. Your body literally sees it as like poison. Like what is in an alcoholic beverage is the same thing that's in your cleaning products. Have you ever thought about that? Like what you're using to clean your toilet is what you're consuming. Make that make sense. And back to the fun thing. I'm still fun. You'll eventually regain your confidence and land your footing and you'll be fun. You're probably fun already. And your true friends know that you're fun. They're not afraid of you not drinking. And it's okay to get rid of 80% of your friend group if they're not in alignment with you. I know a lot of my clients in the last year were struggling with refinding themselves and or losing their friend group in the meantime. And it can be a very ostracizing, lonely, quiet place when you're sitting with your own thoughts. When you're sitting in stillness and you're not busying yourself with being out and it's lively and there's music and there's people and there's like, energy. When you sit alone at home or when you sit in a quieter space, you actually have to like listen to your thoughts. And that's very uncomfortable for a lot of people. And that explains why alcohol is such a hit. It's a lot of us are distracting ourselves from what's going on internally. We don't want to listen to it. We don't want to hear it. So we choose alcohol. Often taught that alcohol is a symbol of status, of success, of wealth. I mean, I know that there are very fancy magnums of champagne that I've never had that are like thousands of dollars a bottle. But why? I'm sure they're like rare grapes, maybe, but you're gonna drink it and it's going away down the toilet. Like, it's not like diamonds, it's not like handbags. You'll never make sense to me. I've actually never really been a drinker, I think because of the alcoholism in my childhood. I never, like, I had my first drinks around 14, but then I switched to marijuana instead, Mary Jane, because I just didn't like the idea of drinking something that would burn. It just didn't, I couldn't wrap my head around hurting my body to get a buzz. But it's also kind of manipulated in that, like, the alcohol industry is a $1 trillion business. So you see product placement, you see TV shows, movies, reality shows, books, like everything that you're consuming for entertainment, they are popularizing drinking and making it seem as though it's, needed to have confidence and to have fun. And it's really not. So I just wanted to pop on here today and let you know that the first year was challenging. Trust, it took me a year to get through the first year to then do a full year sober. Like I said, I started dabbling in sobriety in 2021 when I had all my gut bacterial issues, which I'm going to be making a video on that. And it took a while because I had to lose the people in my life to find myself. And I was afraid to do that. I was hesitating to do that. I was nervous and fearful to do that. And I was resisting. And I was probably resisting because it was a doctor prescribed decision versus me just deciding that it's what I wanted for myself. Because younger in my early years, I didn't drink and I was comfortable with it. So when I started drinking because I was masking the emotions of processing the death of my mother, I clearly wasn't ready to be alone with my thoughts. And I was being promiscuous and I was spending all my money to make myself feel better. I was doing all the bad behaviors of someone that wasn't wanting to heal. And I was avoiding being alone with self. And I wanted to inspire you in this video today. Do you think Bradley Cooper is afraid to be himself? Do you think Brad Pitt is afraid to be himself? How about Zendaya? Tomato. I don't know which one. I'm thinking Zendaya. I don't know. Nicki Minaj quit drinking. Like, if these major, productive, successful people who are known to be controversial and alluring and sexy and creative, if they're sober and they're thriving, I mean, I would say Bradley Cooper's thriving. He's dating like the #1 supermodel right now. Like, I think you should take note, and I think it's time that you focus on your vibration, focus on your energy, focus on your relationship to self. Now, another add value is I get to go to bed at like 9:30 and get like a solid 8. I got 8.5 hours last night. The night before I got 10 hours of sleep. Now, I don't recommend that. I was quite groggy all day. But I think sleep, water are like the #2 things that we want. And I think alcohol dehydrates you and it messes up your sleep schedule. So again, why are we believing the lie that alcohol is good for you? Like, why are you still drinking? I'm like not trying to call you out, but like I am. Like, what I feel like you clicked on this because you know it's time. But you're just so nervous to lose those relationships that are so important to you. But if they were important to you, you wouldn't lose them. If those people were in alignment and they were meant to be in your life, you wouldn't lose them. They wouldn't go away. So I want you to escape the loop. I want you to escape the lock. I want you to escape the connection that you have to this bottle of poison that, again, I'm not judging you if you choose to keep drinking. I'm just trying to alarm and alert you that there is no add value to this anymore. This is kind of like, do you remember I'm going to say like the late 1990s, when it came out, cigarettes were bad for you? Do you remember that the doctors used to prescribe cigarettes and be like a pack a day of Marlboro Unfilters, that's what was my first cigarette, by the way, a Marlboro Unfiltered, or a Camel Unfiltered was my dad's cigarette. I used to smoke cigarettes. Yes, I did. 14 years. Yes, I did. And I quit the day I heard a radio announcer say that they had added more additives to cigarettes to keep us more addicted. And I was like, enough is enough. You do not control me. And so I want you to consider taking back your power, taking back your control, feeling in alignment with your best life, best self, and navigating life clear-headed, consciously choosing, not accidentally texting an ex, not accidentally sleeping with someone you don't really care about, not sharing energy with people that don't deserve you. Like, you deserve so much better. You do. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, send it to a friend. Maybe you have a friend that you're also like both thinking about quitting drinking. This is the sign. I'm telling you, it's been 2 years since I've been fully sober. I haven't missed it. I haven't craved it. I haven't desired it. And can I also tell you, it's changed my taste buds. So I'm actually craving sugar and desserts less. So I'm actually like in the best shape at 40, almost 2 years old that I've ever been. Because there's no add value to it. Okay, enough. I'll stop repeating myself. But please consider this PSA non-judgment zone. If you choose to, even if you want to have like one a week, that's your choice. But it's a scam. It's a cage. And someone else is controlling you. Someone else is controlling your level of success, your brain clarity, your sleep schedule, the choices you're making, the time that you could be doing something more artistic and productive and starting a side hustle or your own company instead of being hungover and like out drinking late. If you were to add up all the hours that you spent in a negative vibration while consuming alcohol, just contemplate that. Just even think about the money. Like, oh, Lisa, you travel the world. I wish I could be you. Okay, stop drinking for 1 year and take all that money, and I bet you could go on a really cool trip. Yeah. There's no add value. Literally none. Name something below that you think is an add value of drinking, because I'll be able to challenge you on all of the suggestions that you make, because there isn't. There isn't a positive one. No. It's a crutch. It's something to lean on when you're not in total alignment with yourself. It's something when you don't love you that you turn to. Guilty. Been there. Done it. Did it. No longer doing it. I'm cheering for you, my friend. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye for now.